Oh boy, I am writing this episode in a heat of passion, so screw the intro, let's go. DABI, or Toya, the blue flame-wielding maniac. I just watched DABI's dance animated, so I am absolutely feeling this episode. But if you haven't watched any of my previous episodes on why blank is an amazing villain, I'll be ranking DABI in 3 different categories. Connection to hero, backstory/reasoning for villainy, and presence. Before we start, I want to make it clear that these are my opinions and not facts, obviously. So let's get started. So for this category, we're going to be using Shoto as the hero instead of the main character like usual. Trust me, for ratings-wise, it's better this way. DABI, or Toya, is the long-lost older brother of Shoto, who was thought to be killed in a massive forest fire. This fire was created from Toya being angry at his father, Endeavor, for essentially giving up on him because he finally got his perfect future idol in Shoto. But well, we'll get more into that later in the backstory category. Here's the thing. DABI's connection to hero is already amazing because he's a victim of Endeavor's abuse. The show almost feels like it just forgives Endeavor for being one of the most abusive dads ever in all of anime. From not caring for his children, who he deems weak, to beating his wife, it's bad. And DABI is what I personally wanted, a smack in Endeavor's face. DABI is the tragic creation of years of neglect and unrealistic expectations put upon him by Endeavor, who just as quickly gave up on him as soon as Shoto was born. So DABI is essentially what life could have been like for Shoto if he wasn't Endeavor's prized child. Which is why I'm rating his connection to hero a 9.8. It is genuinely amazing, and I wish I saw more connections written this well. So time for more specifics on this front. Toya is the oldest child of Endeavor, who showed more natural power and talent than Endeavor ever did as a kid. So Toya was raised with the expectation to one day grow more powerful than even All Might, and become the #1 hero. But then, Shoto was born, who bore a perfect balance between fire and ice. And at that moment, Toya was given up on, neglected so that Endeavor could focus on training Shoto. Years of this went on, and after one particular argument between Toya and Endeavor, you could say Toya was flaming. Well, he lost control, burning a forest and himself to the ground. Everyone assumed he was dead, but he survived, becoming a villain, vowing to end the world's fascination with heroes, because he knew that heroes were nothing more than ego-filled pricks. I'm rating DABI's backstory a 9.2 out of 10. It is seriously one of the best backstories for a villain I've seen in a very long time. Sadly, this is where DABI is going to be lacking. DABI isn't the main villain of the show, or even the group he's a part of. Most of the focus on this category goes towards Shigaraki, but I can at least give DABI that the build-up of him revealing himself to be a Todoroki is very apparent, from his scene with Shoto early on, and his taunt towards Endeavor. But besides that, his presence is definitely a little lackluster compared to the rest of the scores. I'm ranking his presence a 7.5, a slightly above average score, because when he is on screen, he is dominating the attention of the audience. Just like you should dominate that subscribe button. You've made it this far, you might as well, you know? We're a small channel, and we definitely would appreciate the support. Thank you. Also, you have a Patreon.